Hello friends, today's topic is about respiratory alkalosis. So what is respiratory alkalosis, why it is occurring and how to identify these respiratory alkalosis that we will look in this video. First of all, we will talk about alkalosis. Simply pH is more than 7.45, it is indicating alkalosis. Further, in respiratory, how to identify it? Primary deficit of carbonic acid, and that will decide it is a respiratory condition. So you have to remember one mnemonic, that is RC, respiratory related with the carbonic acid. Now in clinical practice it is divided in a three variety: uncompensated, partially compensated and fully compensated respiratory alkalosis. Now in detail of this respiratory alkalosis that we will talk. So first, deficit of carbonic acid. Carbonic acid, that is H2CO3. It is made up of H2O means water plus carbon dioxide. So it is produced with the help of carbon dioxide with combination of the water. So whenever there is a hyperventilation, means respiratory rate and depth is increasing, that hyperventilation that will result of the wash out of the carbon dioxide from our body. Due to wash out of carbon dioxide, this carbonic acid concentration will be decreased. This decreased concentration of H2CO3 that will lead to the increase ratio of 20. Increase ratio means more than 20. Normally this bicarbonate to carbonic acid ratio is 20, but this ratio will be increased due to wash out of the carbon dioxide and decreased concentration of the carbonic acid. So according to Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, pH of our blood is equal to pKa plus log base means bicarbonate to the acid, that is carbonic acid. Now particularly raised intracranial pressure and brainstem injury, that is also leading to the hyperventilation, and that is also creating respiratory alkalosis. Now some typical condition, that is altering various acid base disorder. One particular situation that you have to keep in mind, always keep in mind, that salicylate poisoning. Sometimes patient is taking excessive amount of the salicylate, and that will lead to the respiratory alkalosis initially due to stimulation of the respiratory center. Initially stimulation of respiratory center will lead to the hyperventilation, and that will create respiratory alkalosis, particularly in salicylate. But later on what happen, this salicylate will be metabolized, and due to metabolism of this salicylate, that will generate particular acid. This organic lactic or keto acid is generated due to any poisoning condition, and that can lead to the excessive utilization of bicarbonate ion, and that will lead to the metabolic acidosis. So some poisoning with the help of some particular drug, that will relate to the initially respiratory alkalosis, wash out of the carbon dioxide, but later on due to accumulation of acid, that will generate metabolic acidosis. So in some particular poisoning, you have to keep in mind, initial picture will be differ from the later on picture. Further, in this respiratory alkalosis, what happen? Basically carbon dioxide level, partial pressure of carbon dioxide is low, and that is leading to the high pH, and bicarbonate level will be also fall when when compensation will occur. Simple, when this respiratory system is working, respiratory alkalosis is there, as a compensatory bicarbonate level will be fall to compensate to maintain pH nearby 7.4. So clinically what happen? What about the picture of this respiratory alkalosis? Patient will typically have a hyperventilation. Sometimes muscular cramp, tingling and paresthesia means altered sensation over the hand and foot, that will be also observed in this respiratory alkalosis. Now alkaline pH, what happens? pH is increasing, so that will lead to increased binding of calcium. What happens when pH will be increased? Protein will have a negative charge. So due to negative charge over the protein, the positively charged calcium will attach over the protein. So overall calcium will be present, but that will be in a bound form over the protein. So that will result in a decrease of the ionized calcium. Overall ionized calcium will be lower down. Total calcium level will be remain normal, but ionized calcium will be lower down, and that is the main reason of the paresthesia, means altered sensation in the hand and feet. So respiratory alkalosis typically leading to the paresthesia. Same as a neuromuscular irritability is also we have seen in a metabolic alkalosis, that is pictured just like a tetany, even though calcium level is normal. So you have to remember, particularly in alkalosis, whether it is a metabolic or respiratory, that paresthesia or tetany like symptoms or neuromuscular irritability is quite common due to increase of the pH. Further, in this respiratory alkalosis, you have to remember two situations: acute condition and chronic condition. Acute respiratory alkalosis, what happen? There is a initially fall in the partial pressure of carbon dioxide. It normally it is in a range of 35 to 45 mm of Hg, but per fall of this partial pressure of carbon dioxide, 10 mm of Hg fall, what happened? 2 millimole per liter of bicarbonate level will be decreased. But in chronic condition, what happen? There is a more compensation is observed. Means per 10 Hg of fall in the carbon dioxide, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, 4 millimole per liter decrease in bicarbonate level is seen. Bicarbonate normally that is in a range of 22 to 26 millimole per liter, but it will be decreased when there is a chronic. In chronic condition, pH alteration will be not much, but there is a secondary changes, means compensatory response will be more. So acute condition more compensatory less compensatory response, and chronic condition there is a less more compensatory response is observed, but pH changes is more, particularly in acute condition, and pH changes is less in a chronic condition. That you have to keep in mind. Also you have to keep in mind whenever the secondary changes, that is always in the same direction of the primary changes to maintain the pH around 7.4. Now which are the main or typical causes of respiratory alkalosis? So simply high altitude, whenever you are going over the mountain, what happens? There is a pressure of the oxygen will be decreased. To get more number of oxygen, what happen? We will hyperventilate, and this hyperventilation will typically lead to the respiratory alkalosis. Hysteria, there is a artificial hyperventilation will be there, and due to artificial hyperventilation will what happen? There is the excessive carbon dioxide was out, and that can also lead to the respiratory alkalosis. Sometimes particularly in febrile condition, fever, due to hyperventilation to maintain our body temperature, there is hyperventilation that can also lead to the respiratory alkalosis. Septicemia, meningitis, further there is a congestive cardiac failure. All these conditions that is also leading to the respiratory alkalosis. So here typically you can remember with the help of one mnemonic, that is hysteria in FM classes. Hysteria, high altitude, that is both starting from the H, then FM. F means febrile condition, M means meningitis, and congestive cardiac failure, and S means septicemia. Hysteria in FM classes, that will indicate this particular condition of respiratory alkalosis. With the help of this mnemonic you can remember. Further, how to identify this particular respiratory alkalosis? Alkalosis means pH will be higher side. pH is more than 7.45. There is a one trick for the respiratory. You have to remember carbonic acid. If you forget this, you have to remember this reverse direction for the respiratory. Means pH is increasing, then primary changes will be reverse direction, means it will be decrease. Means carbonic acid will be decreasing as a primary change, then it is indicating respiratory condition. So secondary changes, that is always in the same direction of the primary changes. So carbonic acid, so secondary changes in a bicarbonate, that is bicarbonate, that is also decrease as a secondary changes. So that simple trick, going in a opposite direction as compared to the pH, then it is always a respiratory condition. So pH that will be increasing, primary changes that is decreasing, reverse direction means it is indicating a respiratory alkalosis. So pH that will be increased, always it will increase in alkalosis, and always this ratio will be decreased in a acidosis condition, that already you are knowing as per the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So secondary changes in a same direction of the primary changes. So for this respiratory you have to remember mnemonic RC and in a reverse direction. Further, how to differentiate whether it is a uncompensated, partially compensated, and fully compensated? Simple, pH is increasing means it is alkalosis. Further, you have to look over this bicarbonate and partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Bicarbonate is normal, partial pressure of carbon dioxide that is decreasing, that is opposite direction of the pH. So it is going in a opposite direction means it is reverse, means it is respiratory alkalosis. pH is high means it is alkalosis. It is going from the reverse direction. If you forget about carbonic acid for this respiratory, then simply you can remember it is going in a reverse direction means it is respiratory condition. Now further you have to identify whether it is uncompensated, partially compensated, or fully compensated. In uncompensated, secondary changes is not there. Secondary means either it is bicarbonate or partial pressure of carbon dioxide, whether it is related to any disorder, acid base disorder, but this secondary changes is not seen means it is a uncompensated condition. So uncompensated acid base disorder, particularly here there is a respiratory alkalosis, but there is a secondary changes is not there means it is uncompensated condition. Further, in partially compensation, what happen? pH will remain high, but secondary changes is started, compensated response is started, but it is not fully restored, because in fully restoration, fully compensation, what happen? pH will come down to normal. So pH is normal, but still these primary and secondary changes will be there, and that is indicating compensatory conditions. So full compensation, pH will come down to normal. Further, in alkalosis, always you have to remember ratio will be increased, but once pH is come to the normal, this ratio will again come to the normal 20. Now sometime from the picture you have to identify which type of disorder. So here we are talking about the respiratory alkalosis. So particularly respiratory alkalosis. So here when pH is decreasing means it is acidosis. So we don't have to look over this particular side. We have to look over this particular side because it is pH is increasing means alkalosis. Now further, how to identify this alkalosis, and it is respiratory means it is going in a reverse direction. So pH is increasing, then carbon dioxide level should be decreasing. So that is this particular black color that will decide that respiratory alkalosis. So simply from the one trick, you can easily identify. Sometime in the MCQ can be asked which line that is indicating respiratory alkalosis, then you have to identify which line is indicating respiratory alkalosis. So here in this black line, that is indicating respiratory alkalosis. So that's all about respiratory alkalosis. Hope you understand the total whole topic very easily.